So the body always asks this old evolutionary question, how can we do it for cheaper? And it doesn't matter what it is. If there are 20 rocks on the ground, your brain goes, how could I pick these rocks up for easier? We'll sweep them together and pick them up in one scoop instead of picking up one at a time. So the body's asking how we can do this body for cheaper. And one of the things we do is we compromise athletic ready posture. So as you know, athletic ready posture is feet parallels, knees bent, lower half of the body being a spring, upper half of the body being elongated to stabilize the head. What happens is we start going, well, we can straighten out the legs and then we don't have to use the big muscles of our quads. We can clench our butt and that way we can turn off our abs and then we can round our shoulders. And then suddenly we're in a pattern of being outside of athletic ready posture, but we're answering that question, how can we do it for cheaper? And you can do it for cheaper for a short amount of time.
50 years.
Because it's about long-term cost and short-term cost. So the long-term cost is you start having aches and pains. Short-term cost is that it saves energy. So we're constantly trying to switch back to doing it correctly, but the brain is going, how can we do it for cheaper? So it's this little argument we have with our brain all day long. And the crazy thing is that it shows up in really subtle places, like if I shift the weight over to one hip, if I bend one knee and I round one shoulder, and then in long-term cost, we start getting elbow problems, we start getting neck problems, we start getting low back problems, we start getting a single knee problem, and it's about a matter of just centering back. So we're going to center back with feet parallel. You're going to push down with all the little toes. So we're going to start ASIS, pubic symphysis, midway in between hips width apart. You guys should have this memorized now. Big toe in the corresponding metatarsal head, outer four toes and corresponding metatarsal heads, especially that pinky toe. That is so important. We were working with a dancer yesterday that can't get her pinky toe down. And then finally your heel. And then 1/3 the way through the balls of your feet. So really feel what it feels like to have it through your balls of your feet. 1/3 through your toes and 1/3 through your heels. We're going to externally rotate the knees. And we're going to lower down intentionally a little bit further. We're going to elongate the upper body, draw the shoulder blades down and back. You can hold your roller. It's going to be surprising that you might need it. We're going to do sit-ups. You're going to suck in your tummy as far as you can. Keep your head over the top of your pelvic floor, sucking that tummy. We're going to do about, 50 of these. Mario will count. Okay, that's like 49. So suck in your tummy. Try to change the shape. Don't engage your butt. That will be the temptation. Don't let your head get ahead of your body. Abs are nice and tight. Then we're going to show you how to properly come out of athletic ready posture, but still engage your core, which is okay. Try to cramp your abs, especially your lower abs. You're trying to bring your navel to your spine and up without creating increased pressure in your head. So that means you have to breathe. Shoulder blades down and back. It's hard to do the right thing because the body's asking, how can we do it for cheaper? That was like 72. Okay, you're going to straighten your legs, but not fully. It's a micro bend in the legs. Push your hips forward. Elongate your spine, get your head away from your tail, and then you're going to do the same thing. You're going to activate your abs. So this is called creating head-tail separation. You're getting your head as far away from your tail as you can. You're sucking in your tummy, changing the shape of your abdomen. We're going to do 50 once again. This is how you stand if you're going to stand with legs straighter. Not locked out, but straighter. Yes. You can put your hands on your butt to make sure you're not clenching your butt. It was really cool when I was in junior high. I was in choir for about 5 seconds till my voice changed. And there was this girl, and she would lock out her leg, and the choir director would say, "Don't lock out your legs." And she'd lock out her legs, and then she passed out, and we'd never seen someone pass out before. And it was so cool. Yeah, everyone wants to poke a person laying on the ground. Yeah, because... Now, so let's talk about the soleus muscle. The soleus muscle is responsible for returning blood to the heart. And there's a muscle across the back of your knee called the popliteus muscle, and that supplies the artery to the back of your leg. And when you lock out your leg, it tightens out those up and drops your, or changes your blood pressure. And she just passed out. What number are we on? 50? She's still counting. So we're still going. Okay, good. Abs are nice and tight. So now you know what it feels like. Keep your abs engaged. We're going to bring our arms to the sides. We haven't done this in a long time. We're going to do our butt clap run. So you're going to move your hips opposite your hands. Abs are nice and tight. Feet are parallel. Chest is up. Smiles are up. You're not going to use your mouth. You're breathing. Oh, you should. Huh? We'll do it on Thursday. Yeah, we'll do it on Thursday. That'll be fun. Abs are nice and tight. Suck in your tummy. Keep breathing. We're looking for a center side ache if you're doing this correctly. Really suck in your tummy. You should get sore right here. And people that get a side ache tells you they're running one leg long stride, one leg short stride, so it's uneven. Elbows up. Suck in your tummy, double time it. Make sure your clothing's making a V shape. Smiles are up, chest is up, neck is long. There's a micro bend in your knee. Elbows down. Keep breathing. Jaws relaxed. Elbows up again. Suck in that tummy. Keep breathing. Elbows down, last time, last stretch, chest up. Micro bend in your knee as you now do hip circles. Suck in that tummy. Shoulder blades are down and back. Abs are nice and tight. Keep breathing. Try not to move your head. I will help Annie. There you go. Opposite direction, because Mary gave me the look. Relax your hands. So see how the micro bend is working for you? Abs. Okay. Stay in your athletic ready posture, long through your torso. We're going to do squats. You're going to lower down, keep your chest up, abs sucked in, and then we're going to come back up. I know you want to bow. We're not bowing. We're going to go down into a squat. You can add your hands. Lower your butt down as much as you can. Suck in that tummy. This will help your skiing and your roof jumping. I was listening to a story by a firefighter, and he said he was on the 3rd floor and the building was completely consumed and they were ready to jump off the roof. And while they were deciding whether they jump off the roof, the floor collapsed. So they dropped down 1 floor. Abs are nice and tight. Then they jumped out the 2nd story window, which was much better than the 3rd story. Abs are nice and tight. Suck in your tummy. We're going to do sit-ups again. I want you to put your fingers in the front of your thighs. Draw your shoulder blades down and back, abs nice and tight. You're going to suck in your tummy and then release. Suck in your tummy and release. You can push against your thighs as you do this. Draw your chest up. And we'll talk about why we're using our fingers right now and how we can accidentally use them for cheating. Change the shape of your body. Suck in that tummy. Where are you going, Tony? Such a good one. Try to get your abs like almost cramp on your obliques. So not all sit-ups are done on your back. That's what we're learning here. Okay, so there is something called shunting work. So if I take my arms and I put them on my hips, I can turn off my abs because my arms, I'm shunting the workout into my arms instead of using my core. So when you see people do that, or they lean one hand on their hip, they're turning off their abs. So when you push your hands into your thighs, you're turning off your abs.
Don't look at me.
The other one is this, is a cross arms, and you'll see at first it's a power posture. If you ever look at like old Star Trek photos, there'll be one person standing like this. It's a power posture. But if you let your tummy go, it's not a power posture. It's just a closed off posture. So we're going to engage our abs, shoulder blades down back. We're going to take our hands back behind us. Bend your knees, suck in your tummy, and you're just going to pump your arms back behind you. This is working your rhomboids and latissimus dorsi. And it will help you gather up chickens that get loose in your yard. Abs are nice and tight. Really? Wow. You're going to take our arms over the top of our head, suck in your tummy. Suck it, super suck it in. We're just establishing the upper body before we go after lower body. That one seems like more. Arms out to the side, suck in your tummy. Really draw your abs in. Stay low. I know you want to come up. Smiles are up, neck is relaxed. Okay, so the big thing in when we're asking a question, how can we save energy or how can we do it for cheaper, is we figure out how not to use our legs, and we really have to use our legs. So that's why we do so much lunge squat stuff, because it causes us to lower down and use the body the way it's supposed to, and hopefully turn some switches back on. So we're going to stretch first to make sure we can bend. Block goes under the ball of your left foot. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking your tummy in. Shoulder blades are down and back. You're going to pump your hips forward. Every time you pump your hips forward, you're going to tighten your abs. So again, we're doing sit-ups in conjunction with opening up our gastrocnemius. And yes, your leg is locked out first. We're doing it for stretch, and that's pretty much the only reason you lock out anything is to stretch it. Keep breathing. Keep smiling. Honey? Okay, now we are going to bend and straighten our right leg to get deeper into that gastroc and a little bit your glute medius. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking your tummy. This is where we can go into this position, put tension in our butt, tension in our calves, and turn off our abs. You're going to keep the abs engaged. Plus, it makes a bigger point if you're impatiently waiting. Okay, now you're going to bend and straighten your left leg. Make sure that knee goes straight forward, straight back. Right leg is straight. You're sucking your tummy. Keep your right leg straight. There you go. Smiles are up. So Mari and I went to a pickleball workshop yesterday? Day before yesterday?
Day before yesterday.
Yesterday, yeah. Okay, we're gonna bend and straighten. You can use your roller. Bend and straighten. And what happened at this pickleball workshop was that there were people of different levels, and you could almost immediately tell. The beginners do not want to bend their knees and they'll round their spine. Or they'll go bow-legged, and they usually have all the braces on their bodies. And then you have the more veteran people that have learned how to bend their knees and keep their spine straight, and they're just having fun, and they don't have braces on them. Okay? We're going to switch sides.
Where did you fit in?
I was a guy sitting in the chair watching. Turned it into a spectator sport. Abs nice and tight, sucking your tummy, shoulder blades down and back.
You know what they say about cribbing? They don't actually do the activity, they just comment on it.
Those are the best. Abs are nice and tight. You always have to have the spectator. Abs engaged, we're doing sit-ups. Keep breathing.
20.
Okay, And then you're going to bend and straighten your left leg. Keep your right leg straight. Make sure your knees go straight forward, straight back. Abs are nice and tight. Yeah, so when you watch like professional tennis or professional sports, seldom do you see someone have their legs completely locked out. Especially in things like gymnastics. They finish with their legs straight. Okay, now bend and straighten your right knee. This is opening up the soleus. So gymnasts, after they complete their task, will hyperextend everything to show people that they're done. And that's a good signal to tell people, I'm done. Okay, good. Now we're going to bend and straighten. Keep your spine straight, no work in your low back. This is all about opening up your calf muscle, primarily a little bit your hamstring. Keep short your lats and your paraspinals. Yeah, it was really interesting because the guy that was teaching the workshop wasn't bending his knees. And I'm like, wow, how long is he going to do this? And you could tell all his technique was hand technique. And he spent most of the time talking. Okay, good. Now that we know your calves are open, we're going to come back to standing and feel what athletic ready posture feels like. Our knees just naturally kind of bend. We sink into it. Shoulder blades are down, back head's over the top of the pelvic floor. Okay, now we start. You're going to take your right foot forward, left foot back. So this is what we don't like to do. We don't like to work. So we're going to bend that front leg, and then we're going to push our hips back. Abs are nice and tight. You're going to draw your shoulder blades down and back. We start out with our sit-ups. Rear heel is off the ground. Push your hips back even further. Chest comes up. We're going to do sit-ups. Suck in that tummy and then release. Suck in that tummy and release.
Try to push the front of the thigh of your back leg towards the back part of the leg. So fully engage with your quad.
So when something is finished, it goes into full extension in the lower extremities. And when you're running, this is the last motion you'll have before your foot leaves the ground. And that's why it's straight in the left leg. Okay, then here we go. We're going to reach forward as far as you can and then come back up nice and slow. You're not using your back. You're using your butt and your quad. Your lats are firing to stabilize your spine, so is your paraspinals. Keep your pelvic floor on. Neck is nice and relaxed. Bend that front knee. Relax your mouth. Keep that front knee bent. Don't make me come over there. Abs are nice and tight. Keep that front knee bent. Okay, keep that front knee bent. Chest up, you're going to lift up, you're going to lift lower that rear leg. And that's why we lift it up straight, because that's terminal motion, so it can be extended. This leg will be bent because it's working. Is that 10?
9.
Okay, then we're going to go off to one side, off to the other side. This knee does not move, nor does your head, nor does your butt. It's just your leg behind you. You should feel your butt working, you should feel your quad working. You should not feel your low back working or your knee working. Abs. What number are we on?
7.
Uh-uh. Okay, good. Come back up again. We're going to switch sides. See how much your body hated doing that? It's asking the question of how can we do this for cheaper, and the sofa's sounding pretty good right now. Abs are nice and tight. Your front knee is bent, rear leg is straight, rear heel is off the ground, front. You're going to push your hips back with the bent knee. Abs are nice and tight. We start our sit-ups again. Suck in that tummy and release. Chest up. Smiles up. Keep breathing. Spine straight, abs tight. Okay?
Oh, we did 20, yeah.
Yeah, keep going. Suck in that tummy. Rear leg is straight. Front knee is bent. Knee is over the top of your foot.
20.
Okay, here we go. We're gonna hinge forward and then come back up. Nice and slow. The work's in your butt and in your quad, nothing in your low back. Suck in your tummy. No airbagging. We know when airbags deploy, there has been a terrible accident. So we're not gonna let them deploy.
Isn't that when you want them to do
Yes.
that?
Okay. Stay forward, knees over top of your foot, suck in that tummy, and then lift lower that rear leg. Again, you're working your butt and your quad. Abs are stabilized, lats are on. What number we at? Is that 10?
8. 9. 10.
Okay, then off to the left, off to the right. Head doesn't move, nor does this knee. Abs are engaged. Don't overuse your arm. Suck in that tummy. What number is that? Okay, come back to standing. Just notice what things feel like. Your legs should feel tired and kind of shaky. We don't like athletic ready posture because your body's already starting to ask, how can I do this for cheaper? Head over top of the body, shoulder blades down back, suck in your tummy. We're gonna do our little micro squats again. Here. Keep your chest up. Keep breathing. Keep smiling. There you go. Don't bow. This is not a bow. Is that 10? Oh, okay. 17?
20.
Okay. You're going to grab the roller. It's going to be weird. How are we going to do this? Okay, roller's off to your left. You're gonna grab a hold of your right ankle. Okay, this is what most runners do. It makes me crazy. Saw a few pickleball people doing it too. Knee goes out here. That's not a good stretch. This is a horrible stretch. We wanna pull this knee midline. Chest up, shoulder blades down and back, abs are nice and tight. Okay? Because it's not really stretching anything. It's stretching a muscle called the sartorius. And what we're trying to do is stretch the quads down here. And then now you're gonna bend your left knee, take your right leg back behind you, and then we come back up, and that's 1. We'll only do 10 of these. You should feel your left butt cheek working. You should feel your quad being stretched. Make sure that knee stays in line and it doesn't flare out to the right. Abs are nice and tight. This is teaching you to move from your hip because you have no choice. Abs. What number is that?
9.
Okay. Okay, let's switch sides. Yes, if you feel pressure around your knee, that's a good thing. It's proper stretch. And that's what people do is they stretch their leg out here, they don't get a stretch in their quad, and they actually teach all sorts of bad behaviors to the body. Bring the knees together, abs are nice and tight. Chest is up, suck in that tummy. Just feel what it feels like to stretch. And that's how infrequently we go into terminal flexion of the knee, which we have to be able to do in order to get the knees to heal. Here we go. Lower down, lift up. Notice if one side's tighter than the other. Notice if the standing leg's weaker. Keep your abs engaged, smiles are up. So this is a strengthening stretch. It's also a booty strengthener. Sucking that tummy. Good, go ahead, release that leg. Just see what your legs feel like to bend. They should feel really good bending now. Abs are nice and tight. We're gonna put the ball under our foot. Left foot, that is. You might want to have the roller off to your right for this one. You're gonna try to take your foot out in front of the other one. So you're keeping your feet in line. Abs are nice and tight. You're using a roller for a little bit of balance, but try to get it from yourself. Abs are nice and tight. From here, you're gonna pump your hips forward. You should feel a stretch in your tensor fascia lata as well as your gastrocnemius.
Where's the first one?
What's that?
Where's that?
Tensor fascia lata. TFL is right here in your pocket. So front of your hip, it's a hip flexor, and it's opening it up, keeping your abs engaged. Try to keep those feet in line. And now we shall do our VOR, vestibular ocular reflex. Put your hand in front of your face, abs are nice and tight. As you're pumping your hips forward, you're looking up and down as if your eyes are frozen in the eye sockets, and you don't have to be in synchrony with your hips. This is working your balance. Abs. Okay, we're gonna change the angle. We're gonna go sideways now as your hips are going forward, and that's go really, oops, create a little stress, if not ball slippage. Here we go. I gotta catch up.
Cheater.
Okay, we're gonna switch sides. My ball popped out. Okay. Same thing, we're gonna do it off this side. See if you can get your foot out in front. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking your tummy. You're gonna pump those hips forward. Keep those abs engaged. Notice if this side's easier or harder. Sucking that tummy. How many of these did we do?
20.
Oh, okay. What number are we on?
17.
The ball slips because your ankles are tight?
Yeah.
No, mine is too.
Yeah.
Calves are tight.
Calves are tight.
Yeah.
It's the ball.
And the humidity is making the ball and the mat slippery.
Mine too.
Okay, hand in front of your face. Abs are nice and tight. You're pumping your hips, not necessarily in unison with your head, but we're doing the vestibular ocular reflex. It's okay if your eyes cross, they should be crossing. That's doing something called accommodation with your vision. And it's just fun. Okay, hand sideways, going sideways as your hips go forward. That's a real trip if you think about it. Okay, good. Come off the ball. See what the ground feels like. See what balance feels like. See if you're nauseous. If you're nauseous, it's because there was a contradiction between the vestibular system and the visual system. And that's why there's things like car sickness and seasickness. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking your tummy. We're going to go down onto our right knee. Or left knee, sorry, left knee. Right foot is forward. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking your tummy. We're going to do our hip circles first. Head is over the top of the block. Smiles are up. Up, not down. I mean, the corners go up. We're not Bill Clintoning or Harrison Fording, however he does it. Opposite direction. You guys have all seen in the videos the picture I put in of Harrison Ford and how he has two halves of his face. And so the way he would act is if he wanted to be smiley, he would show you this side of his face. If he wanted to be darker in his character, he knew he had it, so he showed this side of his face. And that's how you could substitute acting for facial positioning. What number?
16.
Okay. Now, we are going to work the lower angles. We're going to work that athletic ready posture. You're going to be tall through your torso. We're going to lift up 1 inch. Okay? And now we're going to put our hands together and we're going to play tennis or pickleball as you swing and you swing. Keep that knee 1 inch above the block. Don't let it move a whole lot. Don't let that front knee move either. This could be like hoeing the weeds. Okay, good, and down. Tiring, huh? It's hard to use it because your body's also going, how can I do this for cheaper? And I promise you, it's easier to lock out your legs and go like this using your back than it is to lower down. Abs are nice and tight. You're gonna take your left hand in front of you, right hand back. Abs are nice and tight. We're gonna lift up 1 inch and then we're gonna hinge forward, come back up. You're using your butt and your quad, not your low back, not your neck, not your shoulders. Keep that knee floating off the block. Whoo, these are muscles. Abs. If these weaken, you will compromise. That's why we have to keep these strong. Okay. How often do you want to go immediately into straight legs? That's telling you how often we want to cheat. Okay, switch sides. Doesn't matter. You want it closed?
No, I'm just wondering, air conditioning.
We pay the same.
Okay.
Abs are nice and tight. Plus, it lets the smell of the marley get out. Abs are nice and tight. Heads over the top of the ball. We're doing hip circles. Yeah, when you come in first thing in the morning, this stuff is gassing off and it smells awful.
That's not good.
It's not toxic. It just doesn't smell good. It's just that plasticky smell. Opposite direction.
Well, plus a bunch of young sweaty dancers.
That's probably more so the smell that you smell when you first open. It's like, whoo! And let me tell you, little girls and little boys smell the same. None of this. Yes. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, they smell like little puppies.
Yeah. It's not that, what is it? Sugar and spice and everything nice. You don't smell that. No. Okay, we're gonna, what did we do? Oh yeah. Okay, we're gonna come up 1 inch off of the, notice if the side feels easier or harder. And then we're gonna pickleball or tennis or hack the weeds. Abs are nice and tight. Stay low. Hold your balance. Core is on. Spine is straight. Chest is up. And we're back down again. Notice if one side was easier. Notice how quickly you want to go into straight legs. Okay. Right arm forward, left arm back. Abs are nice and tight. Suck in your tummy. We're going to lift up 1 inch. Knees over the top of your foot. We're going to hinge forward and then come back up. Straight spine. Don't airbag your belly. Abs. Is that 10? Maria? Okay. Oh, you should feel your quads now. Abs are nice and tight. We're going to switch sides. Okay. Your knee is down. Your hands are going to be down. Oh. We're going to do some pile driving. You're going to try to get your knee to the ground as you suck in your tummy, and then you're going to lift your knee up and knee down, knee up. You're going to use your butt and not your back. And you'll see how often you use your back accidentally. Keep your butt sticking out, but keep your abs engaged. So draw that navel to your spine. Especially when you pull that leg up, you should be sucking that navel to your spine, gathering everything up in your core. What number is that? You should feel your left butt cheek working. a great stretch strengthening. Okay, let's switch sides. That easy. Okay, same thing off the other side. Lower it down, feel the stretch, and then you're going to use your butt to pull it back up. Keep your spine straight. No rounding your spine to put work in your low back. We're not using the low back, we're using the right glute max. Notice if one side's easier than the other. Keep those abs engaged, keep those smiles up. Okay, switch sides again. Now, abs are engaged. Your hip will naturally want to drop. We're gonna lift it up, and then we're gonna take our knee out to the side. Abs are nice and tight. Both arms are straight. You're just pumping that knee into the air. You should feel your right butt cheek working now. Suck in that tummy. We'll do 20 of these. Keep that left elbow straight. Okay, switch sides. Okay, don't let your hip drop down. We're gonna pull it up, 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 then leg up to the side. Abs are nice and tight. Push your hips back. Lift, 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 lift. Both arms are straight. Okay, good. You should feel fire in your butt now. Ah.
What happened to that fireman?
What?
It reminds me, what happened to the fireman? You didn't finish the story?
Oh, yeah, he got out safely. But here's the crazy thing. He has no eyebrows now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the intensity heat fried his...
So you threw it from second story.
Yeah, second story.
What?
Onto the grass.
You didn't have
No, it's not that, that round thing that they land on. They just jumped. Was that or burn? I think they made a good choice. Obviously, I was talking to him. He has no physical problems. Guys, feel your butts? Okay. I'm thinking. Okay, we have enough time. Let's put our knee on the block again, our left knee. You're going to take your leg across midline now. And then you're going to take it out to the side. And then you're going to cross midline. This will cause you to use your obliques. It'll force you back into your hips. Lift that knee higher than your foot when it comes out to the side. Keep your left arm straight. Abs are nice and tight. Suck in that tummy. What number is that?
Starting to feel cheaper.
See?
Discounts provided by body.
No discounts. We're doing it full price. Okay. We're going to do the other side. Cross midline and then out to the side. Notice if one side's clearly easier than the other side. We call that muscular imbalance, and that leads to unintentional limp. And unintentional limp is often caused by answering the question of how can we do this for cheaper? We can form a limp. Knee is higher than your foot when it's out to the side. Both elbows are straight. What number is that?
9.
Okay, child's pose. Whoo! The fireman is putting out the fire in your butt. That's where the fireman. What's that, Annie? Stretch our toes? Okay. For Annie, we shall do this. Okay, you're going to curl your toes under because we have to be able to do terminal flexion on your knees and terminal flexion on your toes in order to get things to heal. So knees come together. We're going to lean back first. We usually go forward first, but abs are nice and tight. You're sucking your tummy. And then we're going to do sit-ups. Suck in that tummy and then relax. Suck it in. Relax. Suck it in. Jaws relaxed. Ah. Okay. Now you're going to point your toes. We're going to lean back and we're going to do sit-ups. Suck that tummy in. Try to cramp your lower abs. Shoulder blades are down and back. Your neck is long. Smiles are up. Okay. Curl your toes back under again. Oh, push your heels back. We don't want those toes to snap off. How to get over there? Chest is up. Now you're going to push your hips forward and you're going to suck in your tummy and relax. Suck in your tummy and relax. This should be stretching out your quads in a big sort of way. Smiles are up. Yes, smiles are up. Either way, it's going to feel like it's snapping off. The plane is going to crash whether or not you're smiling or frowning. You might as well have fun. Okay, we're going to lean back. Knees come off the ground this time. Abs are nice and tight. Sucking your tummy and relax. Yeah, I also like it on the plane. In the event of a water landing, I'm just going to scream. There'll be no action other than that. Putting my head between my knees. I'll be the one flailing and running up and down the aisles. Abs are nice and tight. We are now going to have a seat on top of the ball, on top of the block. Or 2 blocks, doesn't matter. Oh. Oh, you're going for 2? Okay. Shoulder blades are down and back. Abs are nice and tight. We're not in squat yet.
Well, we're not.
Not yet. We're going to be this way first. Abs are nice and tight. We're going to do sit-ups. You're just going to suck in your tummy as hard as you can. I want you to really drive in your abs. Relax your neck. I want you to see if you can move your neck around while you're tightening your abs. That's the greatest. And then release. Do it again. These are slow. I want you to really feel the action of all the muscles gathering together and saying, hello, we're working together synergistically. Oh. Try to see if you can get your obliques to cramp. Keep that pelvic floor strong. This is a pelvic floor exercise while working the abs. You can't ask for more. Number. Okay. Abs are nice and tight. Chest is up. Shoulder blades are down and back. You're going to take your arms back behind you. Pump them first. Suck in your tummy. Chest up. Okay, interlock your fingers back behind you, chest is up, shoulder blades are down back. Now you're just moving your head and neck around as you keep your abs engaged. In an ideal situation, you should be hearing your ear canals clearing. You can add rotation as well as leans. Do extension as well as flexion. I know flexion's fun because we do it all day long.
Forget opposite direction.
Keep the shoulder blades down and back. And good, you can just shake out those arms. Shake, 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 shake. We're gonna take our right foot forward, left foot back. Abs are nice and tight. You're going to take your left hand in front of you, right hand behind you. We're going to do a little running. You just take that foot off the ground, put it back down. Abs are nice and tight. How many is that? Suck that tummy in. Okay, switch sides. So when people say they're going to take up running and they ask me about it, I'm like, always ask them what your motivation is. Are you running to de-stress? Are you running to lose weight? Are you running to change the shape of your body? Because they're each very, very different. And the worst case, are you running because you're going through some kind of midlife crisis and you feel like you have to do a marathon?
Or run away from life.
Yeah, that's 5 things. But if someone's trying to actually change the shape of the way they run, I want them running shorter distances, and I'm going to ask them to lock up more muscles because then it's exercise versus mindless just movement. Okay, so we're going to do it now. Suck in your tummy, create body shape. And if you don't feel these muscles activating when you're running, chances are you're running just to de-stress and run away from things in life or prepare for a marathon where you just get by. Okay, we're going to switch again. We're going to add the VOR, the vestibular ocular reflex. You're putting your hand in front of your face. You're looking up and down as you're lifting and lowering your foot. You're going to try not to fall off balance as you're doing this. And it's so much fun. Suck in your tummy. Okay, switch sides. I wish I would do this with ADD kids. Abs are nice and tight. Lift, lower your head. Suck in your tummy. What's that?
Could you get them to do it?
It takes a while. It takes a long while. You may have to isolate them at the beginning. But it's a matter of creating a classroom expectation. How do I know? Because I went through such a program. Abs are nice and tight. Your feet are parallel. Shoulder blades are down and back. You're sucking in your tummy. Hands are, stick them up. We're going to do Mario's favorite. We're going to bounce. You can add the twists. This is so wonderful because it's teaching you to be off midline with your abs on, with your pelvic floor on. Teaches you to do extension as well as flexion so you can set a volleyball and feel what it feels like to tip back. And that's why at the top of the season, setting is some of the worst things you've ever seen in volleyball because they're not used to extending their neck and extending their spine with their abs and pelvic floor on and knees bent in athletic ready posture. Smiles are up. Almost done. Okay, good. Hands on your knees. We're going to do a recovery position. Sit up. Suck in your tummy and release. Suck in your tummy, release. Okay, we're going to come all the way up. You might want to move your ball and block out the way. Ooh, we're coming back up. So if you're dizzy, go back to that recovery position. If you're not, just let your blood pressure catch up. We're going to take our left ankle over our right knee. Oh, and we're going to sit into a forward fold as you suck in your tummy. Not yet. We're going to do that one. Oh, I did say that? I didn't mean to say that. I meant to say squat. In my mind, they sound the same. Chest is up, abs are nice and tight. Suck in your tummy, bending, 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 bending. Your right leg, hips go back, tummy sucks in. Bend your right knee, Annie. Stick your booty out, chest up. Bend your knee, stick your booty out, chest up. Bend your knee, stick your booty out, chest up. There you go. Like with children, if you say it louder and faster, they'll get it. Okay, you're going to straighten this leg out as you do a forward fold now. Keep your abs engaged. We are supporting the joints. Joints aren't to be doing work right now. Okay, now we're going to come all the way up. We're going to reach up. As you push your hips forward, you're going to open up the front of your hips now. Suck in your tummy, shoulder blades are down and back. Keep breathing. Okay, let's switch sides. Cross your ankle over the top of your knee, chest is up. You're going to bend your left knee. Abs are nice and tight. You're pushing your hips back, suck in your tummy, chest up. Bend your knee, stick your booty out, chest up. Notice if one side is definitely easier than the other side. That's kind of problematic because that means you're walking with one long leg and one short leg in life. That's why you have to balance things out.
I noticed on the iPhones now they actually show like a stride thing, like if your walk is even.
Yeah.
We were hiking, which obviously I was in the 1 percentile because it wasn't even, but I was like looking at my steps or whatever.
Yeah, one of my friends actually developed that program. So you have to tell them which side the phone is going to be off on, and they typically assume it's your right hand or right side of your body. But it can measure the swing potential because there's an accelerometer in the phone. Yeah. It's pretty amazing. Okay, straight leg, forward fold. Make sure the muscles support the joints. Oh. Yeah, early on they were trying to figure out if they could do it with one accelerometer instead of like 4 on each extremity, and it turns out you could. And that's, I guess, what Apple did. Okay, come up nice and tall. Abs are nice and tight, suck in your tummy. Yeah, for Heartbeat there, I was working with a guy who was going to create an app that took the averages of 1%, top 1% athletes in any whatever sport, and they would do a silhouette of the person, and then you do the exercise, and you try to stay inside the silhouette, which I thought was a really cool app. So like for paddling, they'd show the stroke for like the world-class guys, and then you have someone film you and you see if you fit inside that silhouette, which I thought was really cool. Okay, let us come to the ground. It is stretch time and music change time. You're gonna sit on the very tip of the roller. Linda was requesting this one. Abs are nice and tight. I'll just wait. Leave me be. Leave me be. Go on without me. Abs are nice and tight. That's why I say when I go hiking with Maria. Okay, you're going to take your right leg forward. You're on the very tip, so you don't fall off the end of the roller. And you're going to go back however far it feels safe. So if you're on the tighter side and you have to use blocks, and this is as far as you go, that's fine. If you can go further, go further. If you could go all the way down, good for you. It's whatever gets you the stretch that you need, not what looks pretty or what you think is the stretch. Oh, and I shall move my microphone. Either way, if you stay at the top, you're getting a wonderful stretch that you wouldn't typically get during the day. If you want, you can take your right ankle, put it over the top of your left knee, then stretch things open. Then lean over to left to deepen the stretch. No matter where you are, that lean over to the left. So last night, Maria and I binge watched Cobra Kai, which is an offshoot of the Karate Kid, with all the actors from the original movie series. And it's really neat to see because it's people our age, and they don't have the answers. That's what it's really about. They're as screwed up as we are.
No, they actually make us feel like we're not so smart.
Yeah, that's really true. And you see how it's children parenting children, which is even worse to watch.
A whole generation that's better emotionally connected than ours.
The children, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This just means we did a good job.
Abs tight. Just feel the stretch and lengthening. This is so important for normal knee and hip mechanics and good back posture. You're not going to die from this, even though it feels like it. Maria saw a job lead for, what was it, forensics?
Forensic pathologist.
Forensic pathologist. And I promise you, there's no forensic pathologist across the United States that has ever written a death certificate due to over-lengthening of the rectus femoris. Death by stretch. Okay, then lean over to your right to come out of this. You can bring your leg forward, or you can just flop off the roller. You're gonna sit back up again, and we're gonna start over. You're gonna take that right leg down back behind you. Left leg's in front of you. Ooh, look, all the blood came back to my leg. Abs are nice and tight. Again, if this is as far as you get, that's wonderful. If you can get further, go further. Stop wherever it feels safe. Go in stages. What's that? Yeah. They didn't realize it was therapy.
They don't.
Usually.
Well, back then it took other people to do it to you, now we're doing it to ourselves.
Yes, exactly. It's funny, there in the Tower of England, there's a room that's supposed to be 3/4 the length of a human in any direction. And they would put people in this cell as a form of torture. But now we go into things like that for like meditation and yoga retreats and sensory deprivation tanks. It's just what we consider torture. Like if we went back like 50 years ago and we grabbed 100 people off the road and said, hey, we're going to do a yoga class, they would think it's torture.
Well, there are people that still think it's
That's true. So feel the stretch. You can lean into it, lean to the right to get a deeper stretch. If you want, you could cross your left ankle over your right knee. Just feel lengthening and opening. It's okay if it pops in front of your hips. That's not joint, that's muscle popping out of its groove, basically, of what it typically slides through. And that's good to do periodically. Not consistently, but periodically. Keep your abs engaged. So today we did sit-ups not on our back. We did sit-ups not near the ground. We did them standing. So that means you have the opportunity to do them all day long. And if you do, watch how your body shape changes. Okay, you can roll out of this. And then put both feet on the ground as you lay on the roller flat back. Feet are parallel, knees are bent, knees are over tops of feet. Your shoulder blades are down and back. And you're breathing. It's fairly simple to take care of the human body, but we have to do it consistently and we have to do it symmetrically. That's the only thing the body asks of you. It's like the only two things we have to get right on this island is land and water. That's it. And that's the only thing that we have managed to screw up on this island. Keep breathing. Just feel what your body feels like. Having done the right thing, it should allow you to rest. I saw something really interesting as far as an article. It said that people who are procrastinators tend to form insomnia. And that makes sense because they're not targeting when they're going to go to sleep, and they push the boundaries of when they're going to go to sleep until they have insomnia. I found that really fascinating. So that's why we have to give our body targets of when we're going to stretch, how long we're going to stretch, and how symmetrically we're going to stretch. And as we do it consistently, then the body can ease into it and it can find rest in the sleep state. You guys stay on your rollers. I'm going to sit up to bring you guys home. So building a disciplined practice, even if it's something simple, can help you with your sleep. It can help you how you feel, and it can help in how you perform. Going back to pickleball for a moment, I can tell the people who only stretch what they're comfortable stretching, because they are the ones with the knee braces and ankle braces and have the low back pain. But people who stretch what need to be stretched are the ones out there running, jumping, and having fun, and it has nothing to do with age. It's a matter of consistency and symmetry. Gently roll off your rollers onto your back. See what the ground feels like underneath you. You should feel like you're laying in a groove. You should not feel specific spots in your body. So if you feel an achy hip or your low back or something, it means you didn't support properly. And it's not bad, it's just insight. But if you feel instead just really relaxed, you balance things symmetrically. So on behalf of Maria and me, we'd like to say thank you for being here. Thank you for doing the crazy things we ask of you. Thank you for enjoying my counting. We appreciate you very much, and namaste.